when resources seemed endless. But in 2030, the great energy crisis began. With hardly any resources left on our world, global powers created the World Space Agency to look beyond the Earth for answers. The answer was found in helium-3, a powerful isotope discovered in abundance on the Moon. With it, humanity could satisfy its energy demand for decades to come. And so, in 2032, mankind colonized the Moon. Spearheaded by the Lunar Council, the WSA constructed several permanent settlements to harvest and process helium-3. The resulting energy was transferred to Earth through a revolutionary energy network, the Microwave Power Transmission, or MPT. For a time, all seemed well. Then, one fateful night in 2054, the lights went out. No energy. The MPT had gone offline, and communication with the lunar colonists was lost. Without earthly resources to launch a full-scale rescue mission to the Moon, the World Space Agency was shut down permanently in 2055. But a small group of former WSA colonists refused to accept humanity's bleak future. Determined to discover the colony's fate and to restore the MPT, they've been preparing their mission in an abandoned desert launch facility. Now, in 2059, they are ready to launch an astronaut to the Moon. What awaits is unknown and unforeseeable, but the mission is clear. Deliver us the Moon.
Lunar colonists gather all around the world tonight in remembrance of the 2054 NPT blackout that resulted in a global power outage and the loss of contact with the lunar colony. The blackout caused global turmoil, which ultimately led to the closure of the World Space Agency 1 year later. In other news, the recent formation of the largest dust storm on record has prompted climatologists to readjust their forecast of the equatorial desert's growth rate. As a result of the new storm, the desert could soon cover 30% of the globe's landmass. Several governments have pledged support for refugees despite reports of resource shortages. The dust storm is expected to hit residential zones between the northern 49th and 50th latitude lines by late afternoon and pass over the World Space Agency's former MCC ground station in the Adirau Desert. Authorities have imposed a mandatory evacuation of the impacted areas. For countries north of the equatorial desert, temperatures are expected to be a mild 46 degrees Celsius. This was Nicole Tate for World News 1, September 16, 2059. Wishing you a safe and happy day.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Deliver Us the Moon. This game it's different. I mean, I like it. It's totally different from what I usually play. But I love space. I love all the exploration of the Earth and the Moon and Mars and all that stuff. So, here, the stuff I'm picking up. If you want to read it, you can pause it and take a minute to read it.
Katrina, are you there?
Yes, we're here. And this game is very intriguing. I played it for just a little bit to try it out, see how it was. And it's actually pretty interesting. So your goal is to make it to the moon to see what's going on with the power grid and everything up there. But you run into a lot of troubles on the way. So it's really fun and really challenging. So hopefully you all sit back and enjoy it.
We have to launch before the dust storm hits.
Yeah, so now, and this very Splinter Cell-esque menu, it's the only way I can describe it, because that's what it reminds me of. We've got to go to the launch pad before this dust storm hits and we can't launch.
There she is, the Taurus 5. It took us 4 years to get her ready for launch.
But you need to hurry. The dust storm will hit this area in a few hours. If we don't succeed now, the Fortuna mission will be over for good.
And there's our mission, so let's get at it. So along the way, you can scan items to complete objectives. And every time you scan an item, it brings it over in your database. So this is part of the mission. Says network dish created by Isaac Johnson. The MPT transmitted power from the moon to the Earth through a network of satellite dishes. Since Isaac's disappearance during the 2054 blackout, Claire Johansson has studied her father's work closely in preparation for the Fortuna mission. So they expect you to do collectibles and things the whole time, while also trying to be as swift and cat-like as you can. So, and now my initial playthrough of this that I did on my own, there's really not a whole lot of collectibles that I've seen. And once again, if you want to read that, you can pause it and read it. And we scan that. And that's going to bring up the Johnson family, a mother lost. And of course, you can read that if you want to. And just pause it and take a gander at it. This game is, for the most part, third player if you're not in a building. But if you're in a building or a ship, it turns into first person, which is really nice. And that's part of the mission, Sputnik Monument, so you can read about that. I'm just going to go ahead and say, if you want to read anything in this, that's up to you. That's a neat little rocket launch, I like that. That's pretty neat. Okay, now we're going to head and make our way up to the platform, so we can try to lift off here. And toggle for the elevator, which is shortens out. So now we go up, and we are going to turn off manual braking and then go back down and catch the elevator. Okay. And this elevator takes us up to the platform.
Ted, I see you're on your way up to the facility. The control center is located on the top floor. There you can prime the rocket for launch.
Gotcha. You gonna let me out? Thank you.
It's been 5 years since we last received a microwave power transmission from the lunar colony. At first, no one believed it would be possible to transmit energy from the moon back to Earth. But the WSA proved the skeptics wrong. Just like you will, when you get the MPT back online.
Yep, gotcha. Will do. And let's turn on our flashlight because you can't see crap in here. MPT network transmitting since 2041, powering our future. Not anymore, it's not. What is that in there? There's one single thing in there. I can't see what it is. And then what we're looking for is this right here. The power's out. Use code 3548 for the door. Which, if the power is out, how are you supposed to open the door if there's no power? 3548. Access granted. Okay. So there's some rooms you can go in, there's some rooms you can't go in. Activates the shutters so you can see outside, which is pretty amazing. Okay. And I don't think...
This building once functioned as part of the WSA, but it's been our home for many years now. I still can't believe you'll be leaving here for good soon. The desertification of this whole region won't take long after the storm passes through.
And again, just checking around. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay. I think there's nothing in here. Not even Huygens Research Facility in Memoriam Huygens Malfunction 2048. Okay. And we're determined to seek the truth about 2054 blackout and restore the MPT connection. Maria Gonzalez has raised the Fortuna team from the ashes of the WSA since 2055. Maria's team has been secretly working on their mission. Okay. So pretty much this is a secret launch, pretty much. I don't see how it can be secret because you've got a huge freaking rocket. And the malfunction. Okay. Y'all can go through and read that stuff. Years ago, and once again, just looking over that for the moment. And what do we got here? And Memoriam. Those lost during the Huygens malfunction of June 10th, 2048. Don't forget, everyone, we've lost that day. Okay. We won't. And Flexitine. What is antidepressants? Well, that makes sense. I mean, you've lost people during that mission, so you're going to be depressed. And yeah. And it's understandable. And gotta move you out of the way. Now that, those steps out there are going to be instrumental here shortly. And can't see crap. It's dark. Hold me closer, Ed. It's getting dark. There's a little capsules. Is there anything back here? Nope. Okay, so let's just head upstairs then. Alright, head on move. And it looks like into a break room, sort of. Is there anything in here we need? What's one shiny trash can? This place to be desolate and the only known survivors. It's pretty bright. Gotta love it. Fortuna 1 is a go. Thank you, everyone. Alright.
Isolated 3 plausible causes for the MPT blackout. 1, the transmitter at Pearson Space Station.
Claire, there you are. Come on, we're celebrating in the other room. Everyone is looking for you.
I need to go over this one last time, Maria.
We've been over it before, multiple times. We're good. Come. It's time to join the party.
It won't take long. I'll be right there.
A true Johansson. Once he set his mind to something, I could never convince him either. You're just as stubborn as your father.
Probably the only thing we had in common. I just don't understand why he didn't restore the MPT connection. He invented the damn thing. And now it's just us. No one else is even trying. If we fail...
Remember what I told you. If it can be done, then we're going to do it. That's all we have to focus on. Go over your notes. Join us when you're ready.
All right. causes of the blackout.
Okay.
Right. Secondly, it could be one of the networks.
And what is that? The Johnson family. Okay. The Johansson family. Guessing that was her dad. I'm guessing. Custody denied. Huh. That's interesting. And as you can see, there's multiple displays of how you're supposed to launch the ship, so that's going to become very important. And we're probably going to fail multiple times at getting the ship going, because I suck at remembering stuff.
Good. You're in the control center. Get the rocket ready to launch as fast as possible.
Okay. So we go over here to the Nubium and initiate power reboot. Rebooting.
Calculating new storm ETA. Claire, we have a problem. The storm is approaching faster than expected. Way faster. Time's running out. Keep going, Fortuna. We've been working too long to give up now.
Okay. So now we need to hurry up. And we gotta shut off those fuel boosters over there. So I am gonna need to toggle this, that way we can walk back and forth on that platform. First one is pretty easy to get to, just come up here. Of course, the game's pretty linear. I mean, there's not really much room for wandering or anything. But in a game where time is of the essence, the last thing you really want to do is lollygag around. Nope. Climb down. Thank you. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this part here. When I said the steps are going to come in handy, I'll show you why. As you can see, the other ladder's there. But there's a reason I haven't done it yet. So, let's grab these. Grab, thank you. And let's go back up. Now we'll go ahead and do this. And the ladder breaks. And it breaks some more. So that's why you need to grab this ladder. Now let's go ahead and turn you. Okay. Get you all the way over here. Perfect. And it has some neat little puzzles, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty nice. Okay, so our boosters are done. And
Okay, the hydrogen valves are closed. Head back inside the control center to prime the rocket for launch.
okay, now what do we need to do? Turn the launch key. Or head down here and launch. Now,
That's it. The rocket is primed. You have
we've
to
got
launch
to go.
now, before the dust storm destroys the rocket and everything we've worked for.
Run. We got a minute and a half to get to the top floor. So just hold down shift and run like crazy. Come on, hurry up, extend the platform, thank you. Alright, now here's what I was talking about, takeoff sequence.
Online.
It's right here as well,
It's just
so...
like your training, you can do this. Initiate launch procedure.
Yeah, flip, flip, flip.
Ground launch sequencer started.
Now this part right here, you gotta stop it in the blue.
Axis arm retracting. Perfect, just like was practiced.
And now here, A1, A3, B3, and B4, okay?
Booting up.
And now, same here, you gotta stop it in the blue, perfect. And then these knobs, you gotta turn every one of these. And 6, gotta do that, that, and that.
Hydrogen burner system activated. Rocket boosters ready for ignition.
And ignite the boosters, perfect.
Engines ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, start, 1. We have liftoff.
And we're lifted off. Very bumpy ride as we leave the atmosphere, and there you have it, we're in space.
You're on your way, Fortuna 1.
Main engine shut off. Stage separation, okay. Look at that.
The view must have been breathtaking when the first astronauts made their way to the moon just 100 years ago. They knew an Earth full of life. All we know today is dust. If you can bring the MPT network back online, it could restore the hope humanity lost after the lunar colony fell. We could recover, rebuild, and most of all, start thinking about a future. You'll need to find the MPT transmitter at the Pearson space station. From there, the power signal was relayed to Earth. This was the final link in the MPT network before the blackout. If there are answers to find, they're at Pearson. Claire, we need to head down to the shelter. These winds are getting bad. Understood. Fortuna 1, this storm is going to jam radio contact. You'll be on your own for a while. To reach the station, you must... Once you're in the purple... It's the second stage of the launch. Please, deliver us the moon.
Okay, so it shut off the boosters. Separate and second stage ignition. I'm gonna dock this thing here, then this is gonna be the end of the episode. This is again is one of those little mini games that they have. It's pretty neat, I ain't gonna lie. And I failed multiple times at this. It took me a long time to get it right. So hopefully we'll get it this first try. But once again, I want to thank you all for all the support and love y'all have shown my channel here lately. It really means the world to me. But if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. It means a lot to my channel, it means a lot to me. And as usual, love you. See y'all next time.